If you guys can hear me, welcome to Algowick TV. I'm I need to figure out the mic. I don't know right now if anyone can hear me at all. Um, Mic check. Okay, so it looks like the mic is working on OBS. Looks to me like, okay, so mic is working, but I can't hear myself. Now, how do I figure out the chat? If anybody is listening, can you type in the chat? Let's see if the chat works. Or if you know my Twitter handle, could you comment under one of the posts that you can hear me or something? Maybe that'll help. So that would be Algowick. But right now, as you can see, if you can see my screen, you can see we are inside of the 945 range that I've highlighted for you guys so you can see it. Sure, it's a coincidence though. It is a coincidence, you know. But it's always nice when it works out, right? Because it tells you exactly what's gonna happen next. Or typically these type of things, it tells you what to expect. And that's how you stay in control. Without control, the truth is nobody really knows what they're doing. Hence, you can insert the word gambling. But with this entity that I'm starting, we're about to change that. I learned under, in my opinion, especially in the retail space, the greatest trader for sure. And he changed the game. He changed the game, what, how many years ago? And that's not a coincidence. That's not a surprise. That is not anything other than God-led. And if you learn and you believe and you, especially if you do believe in God, and you understand truth and you know what, you know, things either work or they don't, then it only makes sense that if you learn and you have a good heart and you put in the hard yards, that you're going to figure things out. And if you share that with people, they're going to figure things out and they're going to go on to have, at the very least, tremendous confidence in their ability or abilities. Okay, so thank you very much. I can see I'm getting notification here. We can hear you. You can see on the chart, on the chat. Where is the chat? Like I'm on OBS and it's got, oh, live chat. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. So that's how this works. Close that. Okay, thank you. Andy Treco. Thank you. Thank you, Phoenix. Thank you, Jonathan. Okay, so it does work. Oh, okay. Yeah, we're cooking now. Let's go. All right, all right, all right. Um, okay, so you guys can obviously see right now I'm actually using. Okay, I don't need the earphones then, since you guys are confirming that you can hear me. Thank you very much, guys. Okay, so audio good, video good. Do you see 1080p? Like, is it clear? In other words. Oh, and yes, looks good. Thank you, Jonathan. And it is small, but you guys get to see me live. Hold on one second, actually, because I need to turn on the light because it is hard to see Batman in the dark, right? Boom. Pow! Look at that. Yo, he is not AI. Man, look at my microphone. I got the DJI Mic Mini. Wow, I am not AI. Would you believe that, huh? Would you believe Mr. Cappuccino Jones is not AI, yo? Okay, so yeah, so far so good. And I have some good news to share. We have two things. We're officially an official entity today. I had a session earlier between the 7 and the 12 noon New York time. You know, our first paid client, and it went so well. It was so good. You know, we were running it live, and I was so excited. I mean, obviously, uh, as of last year, I did some live activities with some people, and people know what's up. Just like typically, just like how ICT would do it, you're identifying this and you're using that thing or whatever to predict the next. But obviously, we're doing it on the 1 minute chart, and 1 minute, like this same chart that you're seeing right now is the same, like the same time frames, the 15, the 5, and the 1 was what was being used, and we were just, it was hot. It was so good. It was so good. And obviously, I do have to try and impress, right? Especially if this is an official thing. So it went way better than I think he anticipated. So well done to those who have faith, and well done to those who make decisions to help themselves. That's what all this is about. So that's the first thing. And the second thing is, while I was testing the mic and just right there, I saw on WAP, I got a notification just there. Um, Sorry, one second. Yeah, I got a notification. I think somebody else subscribed as well. But I think this is oh, I think it's two people. Oh, okay. Phoenix. Oh, Phoenix. Was that you? Okay. Well, congratulations, man. Okay, so that's you. Yeah, I'm really sorry, guys. The oh, Marcos. Okay. The sixth. Yeah. So okay, I know who that is. All right. Yeah. So yeah, the marketing is poor. I'm not good at the marketing at all. So I think I need to make some better posts just to inform people when they sign up. Maybe they should, I don't know, like DM or something, just to identify themselves, just so I know who is who. I mean, in a way, not that it matters, but yeah. So But yeah, nah, well done to those who have faith, and well done to those who make good decisions from. So that means, um, yeah, because do, do, do. Actually, I think I need to new user. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, so at least we have two people paid today. As a matter of fact, two paid folks today. So yeah, that's pretty good. So Wednesday is gonna be exciting for John. That's gonna be very exciting because, like, depending on what people want, the way I'm kind of thinking about it right now is, yeah, like, depending on what they want, we will run it that way rather than just me overloading them with precision and all kinds of different concepts. If it's beginners, I imagine beginners are people who, well, not well, we call it beginners, but maybe it's somebody who doesn't actually need hand holding. That's just the truth. I think some people already know enough. You see that? Sorry, I'm getting a call. I'm on live. I'm on live on Algowick. Let me call you back. And right now, Egypt, Egypt is smashing Argentina, man. Oh, it's 2-1. They scored. Come on, come on, the Africans. You know what I mean? Africa gotta represent. Yeah. So yeah, like what was I saying? Um, yeah, depending on what people want, we'll run it from there. I think a lot of people, probably maybe most people or some people, they don't they don't need too much hand holding in a sense, or they're just content. And maybe for some people, that's just they want to kind of like a filler in a sense, just to kind of get a hang of what exactly I'm about. So that's the Wednesdays and the Sundays. But the people who want the active, we run it, man. We run it. We will run it today, like we did today, and we will run it like we did, like we'll run it like that again tomorrow and every single day. So it's so funny because there I was, doing, handling business, and then I go on Twitter, right, and ICT literally had the same thing, and I was just laughing my head off. I was like, okay, well, I guess, well, he didn't have it like minute for minute the way we were doing it, to be fair, but it was the same direction. We were bearish. Actually, maybe I should do that on the 15-minute just to give you an idea of what it was, since it's hindsight. So we were bearish. Market was around here, I think, and we were bearish. But then on the 5-minute, it was around here, thereabouts, and so yeah. And then on the 1-minute, I'm gonna go there now. And here's where it was really good. If you think about it, it was around here. It was this. No, actually, was it here? Yeah, yeah. It was around here, basically. So it was around this time. So, it happened. The call started around the macro, and 100%. Yeah. So it started around the macro. Just because I had to handle the introduction part and get to know like so. But as price was printing anyway, when we got into the impressive part, it was around the macro. Then we were running it. Now, when I say we're running it minute by minute, that's not an exaggeration, by the way. It's literally you're predicting the next candle. You're using PD arrays to predict the next PD array, all this kind of stuff. So it's genuinely not an it's not an exaggeration. And then it was around here, like around here, at about 10 a.m. and stuff. That was that, because right here, oh, you know what people post about on Twitter, right? Price is trash. Oh, it's going sideways. When it comes around, when it entered around 958, I'm going to show you something. So 958 is going to be the 955 candle on the 5 minute right here. If you guys can see that. And by the way, how is um, the latency? The latency good? I need to test that actually. Argentina. Oh, 2-2. Gee, Argentina. Oh wow, is that messy? Yeah, man. Ah, Andrea. Game on, 2-2. Yeah, this World Cup has been so exciting. It's been going like I haven't actually had the opportunity to run it, to be able to watch it, but man, what a World Cup, man! It's Salah against Messi right now. I'm watching, I'm watching on my phone, guys. So you know, I got this thing here. Look, it's like a phone holder. So while we're doing it live, baby, everything live. You gotta. So here's the funny thing about living live. You gotta live your life live, baby, right? Ah, come on, Salah. I'm rooting for y'all. Sorry. Yeah. So where was I? Yeah. So we're talking about 955. The 955 candle was right. Yeah, right here. So the 1 minute, 1 minute traders, I can imagine what it was. 1 minute traders are looking at all the blocks and they're probably thinking it's going to go higher. So here's the funny thing, right? So then while we were in the call on the 1 minute, I was saying that if, technically it wasn't an if, but I was basically articulating the idea. This is what I did. I'm going to show you. So I identified this fair value gap. On the 5 minute, and it's okay, like, this is hindsight work while we're testing the mic. On the 5 minute, this candle was right here. And then the next candle opened. This hadn't confirmed yet. If you're looking, this fair value gap here, it had not printed yet. It hadn't even confirmed yet. So obviously we had it on here. So I identified that. But while it was printing, when I took the low of this candle, the 945 low, and then we projected the price that it was at on the 1 minute, the 50% was exactly the same one as this. It was the exact same price. It was so good. So obviously, and then I was saying to him, it's like, pay attention to that fair value gap. I'm going to remove this because that one was not what was there. That was just like the confirmation after the fact, when we identified it. And I said to him, pay attention to that fair value gap because price was around here. And I was, making the point that, folks are going to think, this is bullish. Mind you, as a beginning, sentiment, if you want to put it that way, we were bearish. Well, I was saying that, I'm bearish. There was zero, not one time did I mention we're bullish. Because when you know what's up, you just know, but at the same time, and I remember making the comment or the statement that it is good to know the draw. It is good to know where price is going. But at the same time, you want to have control. The control is based on knowing how it's printing in real time. because there's no point. And it is like everybody wants to know where price is going. Yeah, I just want to know where price is going so I can enter a trade and like all that kind of stuff. And that's the typical retail, or that's the typical mindset that a lot of people go by. But the truth is, still 2-2. But the truth is, you need to know what's happening in real time. I mean, if you're gonna get it wrong, how do you know you're wrong? How are you supposed to know that? Well, I'm gonna be wrong, so anyway, I digress. Yeah, so there was this fair value gap, that SIBI right there, and I was saying, pay attention to that, that range. And then I was saying right at this candle at 10:01, I made the point that if this high didn't touch a particular PD array, another PD array that I mentioned, then it's gonna drop heavy. He can attest to that. No, actually, no, sorry, it wasn't that one. I think it was here. Sorry, but yeah, I was saying, I was just making a point that, right here, if it didn't, touch that, then we're gonna start dropping heavy. Yeah, it was. Yeah, that is what I said. It was this one actually. Sorry, and on the 5-minute, this is what we saw. It was literally like that. So here's the funny thing, right? I want you to pay attention to the time that occurred at. So this is 10:01, right? It was 10:01. It closed right here. Now on the 5-minute, it was 10 o'clock. It was 10 o'clock right there. It's like boom. And then the next candle on the 15-minute. Here's the beauty part of it. Yeah, it was this one. So here's what we mean, right? Look at that on the 15-minute. So the idea, and I remember the question was being asked, like, how did you know? It was, like the way ICT does the, he wants to see speed, and he's like, well, and then I had to explain, how to know, speed, or what you're anticipating, all that kind of stuff. But the idea is that when let's say for example the next 15-minute candle, that's what you want to build. If you were or are, imagine you're the market maker, and the point is you want to build this 15-minute candle between 10 o'clock and 10:14:59 close. You want to build that candle. Well, how would you do it? How would you do it? That's the mentality. That's the rule. How would you do it? And how would you be able to explain it in such a way that someone will be able to know for themselves? Remember, that's the key. As an educational business, you're helping people understand how they can know for themselves, not impressing like, oh yeah, I got it for you. Like, I'm okay. But are you okay is the question. And any good educator, their goal is to make sure that you are okay. So, I had to, like kind of razzle dazzle and, kind of show, what's up. And it was so good. It was the first. I'm really honored and I'm really grateful. Things just really, really worked out today. Can you guys hear me so far? Just drop a comment. Just drop something in the chat. Let's see how that works. Argentina scored last minute. Whoa. Okay, thank you, Jonathan. Thank you, Phoenix. Wow, Andrea must be excited. Wow, what a game. Still watching live. Okay, so the sound works, everything good. Thank you guys. I really do appreciate it. I genuinely wasn't sure. But yeah, seems like, the mic is good enough. I'm probably gonna have to find a way to, hold on. Boom, 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 right there. How about now? Real quick. How about now? Is it good? Because then I don't have to hold, the mic, Sounds good. Sounds good. Very good. Thank you. I really appreciate you guys for coming on. And right. So where was I? Yeah. So I was then saying 10 o'clock. You're predicting how it's gonna run. You run lower, and then if you go to on the 15-minute, boom, right there. 15-minute drops, over 100 handles. I mean, we're talking, what's that high? 505 to that low, 420. That's about what, if my math is not too bad, maybe that's about almost 100 handles. 85 maybe. So yeah, 85 handles in 15 minutes. Oh no, wait, sorry. I marked the wrong one. Yeah, so yeah, I was like, that's over 100. It was over 100. Yeah, so 334. So from 505, 29505, if you guys could see it, to 29334. Boom. One 15-minute candle, and it did exactly, as you can see, liquidity was right here. Liquidity was here. It went just right to it. It was so exciting. It is what you expect, because that's the draw. But how do you know it's not going to turn here? Because at the time when you had the 945 low, for sure when price was retracing here, oh no, you can't see it. Okay, I'm just going to articulate and then go on the 5 minute and the 1 minute and show you. When price was right here, this wick, and then it was printing greens here on this candle, at that time it would be green, right? For sure some people are thinking, yeah, that's bullish. Daily rejection block. No, we did not look at the daily one time. Not one time. As you can see, this is look, I'll show you. It was 15-minute here, it was 5-minute here, and it was 1 minute there. Daily, 1 hour, nothing was used one time. Zero. So yes, I can look at the daily. Let me go on the daily. Rejection block was there. But I didn't see that at all. Zero. Zero. And actually, I really appreciate Meba Tadese. I'm sorry if I'm butchering your name. But this is a good cue to go into something else, just real quick, and then I'll go back. In the industry, whenever you go on YouTube, especially as a beginner or you're learning something, everybody talks about, oh really? Thank you very much. Everybody talks about top-down analysis, right? So you got to do top-down. It is good. It is healthy to do top-down analysis. But when you understand that we're using time frames, like daily, 4 hour, the 1 hour, and when you study how these candles print, one of the flaws that you're going to realize is these candles, they open at a set time, but it's not necessarily the algorithmic set time. It's just not. And I was proving that in the in the private call today, because everybody thinks the market opens at 5. Like, cool. All right then, there's no debate. If that's what you think, that's what you think. No problem. You keep running it like that, and good luck to them. But for me, I was always, I guess, it was the nerdiness that I was like, I just want to know for sure what's really going on. If somebody is claiming this thing is algorithmically controlled, then what does that mean? What does it really mean that price is algorithmically controlled? We got to know, right? But anyway, so yeah, the point is, or the point was and is, we did not see daily rejection block at all. It was nice it came in there, but you know, it was using something else. You know, that was the target. Going back to the 15-minute. Yeah, as you can see right now, we're still in the 945 body range. Coincidencia, eh? Anyway, yeah, so enlarging that. Yeah, so basically it's like, you know, it took that low and that was beautiful. And that was the goal for that 15-minute candle. It was beautiful, absolutely spot on. And then the 10:15 opened to do its thing, which is basically you take this low. And that was that. You know, that was it. And then, you know, since it was only one person, yeah, so, but he had to go. And then, you know, I just kind of, you know, sat back and, you know, enjoyed this return. Because when markets open, for example, yesterday, if you look at this 15-minute time frame, when markets open, you're thinking, this is what you want to see. Oh, RTH. We didn't even talk about RTH today, but this is typically what you see. Everyone's thinking, oh, liquidity rate. It's like, cool, liquidity rate. And then you're anticipating reversal, 945. So in other words, here's what we got today. 945 down, boom, back to 945. Happy days. Who would have thought, huh? Who would have thought you could have known that at 9:30 open? It is beautiful when you studied enough and you kind of know. But anyway, yeah, so, you know, that was the insight there. Does it always print like this every day? Hell no. We all know that. But we've been taught how, you know, what different days should look like. He has gone ad nauseum. I mean, he has gone way too, how many times? I don't even know. But we've heard enough, you know, long enough about how to expect what certain days should print. At least that's what I was getting. You know, all the way from core content all the way to 2026. So we're talking, well, how many years of content now? 10 years, over 10 years, for sure, definitely over 10 years. But yeah, you know, 10 years of worth of content, and you know, we all watch the same videos, as I post on my Twitter. If you want if you want to go on Algowick Twitter, or you can look for Cap Jones on Twitter. So. Right, so yes, so that was the game for 15 minutes. On the 5-minute, you have 10 again, so, you know, we're talking, you know, this candle on the 15-minute. On the 5-minute, it was 10 o'clock down there. And then the next candle open. So you want to see speed. Okay, cool. Well, on the 1-minute, you want to see speed. It was 10 o'clock right here. It's like, if it doesn't touch this, then it's going to drop fast. Boom, boom. Well, there you go. And 10:15 open right there. This is the low. It closed. 10:15 open, and that was the game. Absolutely beautiful. It was good. It was good. I'm just grateful, man. The same idea here. Notice that? It didn't touch, drop. Whatever. So that was that. And then on the return, this is just reviews basically. You know, on the return, where was it? So, you know, you have, I've posted all the things about certain times, certain time ranges. How do you know to anticipate them? Obviously, posting things on Twitter is inefficient. Like, I mean, I don't think anybody's really, I mean, some people are, and, you know, we all watch the same videos, but most players. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, my big bro, PP Banks, Thanks for stopping by, man. I wasn't expecting you to be here. So here's the funny thing. Last year, 2025, I was thinking, you know what? Let me go on Twitter and participate with the Twitter folk, people who are active on Twitter. And there was a gentleman who obviously I'd seen in the charter member group, and is PP Banks. So he was hosting the spaces. I saw he was hosting the spaces, and so I decided, well, I'll go to that, and from the very first time that I spoke, he genuinely let me speak. I mean, I know, and I apologize, bro. But I was talking. I was just dropping all kinds of things, man. And I know folks were getting triggered, but it wasn't that they were getting triggered because they hate or like me. I think it was more the truth. And eventually, over time, they saw that, wait a minute, this guy might actually be onto something. And so PP Banks would host another space, and then I would go and yeah, great times, man. So I always give him that, that flower. It's like he's the one who let me speak, and I gained a lot of confidence from it. And I think a lot of other people gained some confidence from the information that was being shared. So, big bro, thank you so much. But yeah, so on the 5 minute, let's see. On the 5 minute, here you go. Bullish order block. I'm just gonna talk about the most basic stuff, because obviously, bullish order block. Look at that body, man. Come on. Oh Lord, every time. Every time. Oh, by the way, this gives me another opportunity to kind of show off some hindsight stuff. How amazing is that? I'm telling you, bro. It's amazing. But yeah, so we all know, if you watch our core content, we all know what an order block is. Well, okay. Again, on free live streams like this, I am going to just discuss, like, for the most part, well, right now I'm testing the mic and testing how this thing goes, and I've been talking, blah blah blah. But basically, the idea is it's free. You get free worth. But like in the call earlier on Discord, everything has to be called beforehand. We don't do hindsight, as you would expect. There's no hindsight. 9:45, you get that, you extend it, and then depending on how they deliver, you will know what to use with it for the later part of the day, like today. You can expect that. It's the same logic on the 5 minute, and you can count how many number of candles you want to then arrive back, but at the end of the day, there are certain things you can and should expect. So obviously on Discord it was amazing, it was great, because we're practically, like, the mentality that I go by is this: if you were the market maker, how would you deliver price? How would you deliver price for other financial market participants to then get their orders filled? How would you do it? Like we're always taught all the time, it is not buying and selling pressure. Okay, cool. If it's not buying and selling pressure, then what is it? How did they do it back in the day? What does it mean if you are using, just like with the AI now, if you're algorithmically doing the same function as way back in the day? I remember on PP Bank Space last year, and I was just describing the auctions and all this auctioneering thing, and it was so cool that ICT was also using the same analogy, in a sense. Was it yesterday's video or the other day? I think it was, I can't remember, but it was very recent anyway. So it's this kind of logic. It's like, that's what's going on. These guys, too much intelligence has gone into the financial markets to be regulated, and to for price to deliver for every one of us to be able to take advantage or participate in it. That's what's going on. But anyway, So in core content, month 4, we were told what an order block is. But here's my question, and I'm just purposefully teasing a question. What if there are different kinds of order blocks? What if an order block is not just an order block? What if, there's a difference between a 3 consecutive candle order block and a, singular candle order block? Right here. Who wants to take a guess what I'm about to do? Oh, I'm trying to get the price. It's at 29358.75. What's that high? It's 29357.75. Man, one handle? Really? Man. Anyway, it is what it is. So, price returns, spike through, closes through, comes back in, hits the 75 here, which is basically the 50% of the discount here, and we're gone. Gone like the wind. I know. I think me and PB Banks are probably one of the people who are like, we don't want to use octants. I remember you saying he's never going to use octants. And then guess what? Then the 16ths, came, and then you can run into 32s and anyway. Honestly, the octants are really good, to be fair. Like, you get way more precision because you get, it's basically divided further, an extra step. But anyway, yeah. So just little questions that we need to start asking ourselves for precision. Yeah, I know. Once lines, and when I say I know, is because maybe I'm saying yes, yeah, it's too many lines on the chart for me. I am the exact same. When you start getting way too many lines, I'm happy with the quadrants. I'm very happy with the quadrants. I'm happy with 50%. I think I have an octant setting just for just to be able to click and use it, but I hardly use it, if I'm being honest with you. Not because it's not good, it's just the lines, and I guess maybe the truth is I'm using PD arrays rather than just, because think about it, right? Keep those octants, 32, 60. Oh man. Can you talk more about blocks? Sukrit Srivastava. Can you talk more about blocks? Yeah, okay, I'll talk a little bit about blocks. Yeah, I know, super hype, 16th. But anyway, yeah, so speaking about order blocks, like the one that I'm highlighting here, I mean, what do you want to do? You want to use the body, you want to use the high to the, to the open, you want to, like, whatever you want to do. How do you use order blocks? How do you know when to shout out ICT? Yeah, PB Bank say shout out ICT. Yeah, man, ICT the GOAT, man. He the GOAT, but yeah, those 16s, man. I know. My eyes. I would rather use the PD arrays because the truth is the PD array is where it's at. The PD array is where it's at. If you learn the PD arrays, and I know some people, I understand some people are a bit uncomfortable with learning PD arrays. They say, oh, how many PD arrays do you need to learn? And it's like, look, to each their own, like, to each their own. I made the decision for my own self as a trader who is handling his own business, which we all are if you're participating in the markets. I made my own decision. It is my duty to learn the PD arrays, as many as they released, or as many as they shared. It is my business to understand how they work and when they work, and is there a way how one PD array can be connected with another to give you a picture of a sequence. And he was saying it all the time. Lego bricks, Lego bricks. Well, what did you do with Lego bricks as a kid? So, you know, there's something about it. But yeah, I personally choose to use PD arrays, and I have found, yes, there are ways you can connect them, believe it or not. There are ways you can use them to predict what's going to happen next, to predict, are you going to get speed, or are you going to get things like this, like right now? Like, who's trading this? Oh, price is trash. Okay, like, price is trash, but let me show you something. Price is trash. Let's say from this range to this range. So this is what, 20 minutes, 120, so 10 minutes to PM open, 29573, 29523. Price is trash in a 50 handle range. It's 50 handles, folks. If I'm being honest with you, most people who are day trading, they're scalpers. That's just the truth. You want to tell me that there isn't a way we can understand to expect price is trash with 50 handles? And if you're scalping, you want to tell me you can't pick 15 handles out of that, 20 handles out of that, maybe 30, 25, like 2.5? Okay. Why don't we go into 1 minute then? We have the same, so this is the same price, 523, 573. The price is trash though. Same thing, nothing changed from the 5 minute. I just picked up a specific low 10 minutes before. I picked the high at 124. So in the space of no, that doesn't make sense. 1 minute. So this is 120, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, sorry. Yeah. So in the space of basically 5 minutes or so. Am I counting that right? Or am I tripping? Yeah. 20, 21, 22, 20. Yeah. So in the space of like 5 candles. Yeah, I was tripping. Yeah, in the space of 5 candles, you have a 50 handle range. And in between, it's just giving you what appears to be nonsense. In a particular range that I've posted, and I know other people know about 945, so I'm not trying to make it sound like, oh, I figure everything is like, one of the best things I think, especially as men, one of the best things I think that I've noticed about men that I do respect as well is they're humble. If you're humble, it is very easy for you to not claim anything for yourself. I never claim anything for myself. Like, oh yeah, my concept and my this and my that. And like, okay, there are some things that I was able to learn and put together. And yes, it is my work. But you won't find me claiming, oh, this is mine. And this. No, it's either I say glory to God, or it's all ICTs anyway. So I claim nothing, it ain't mine. The only thing I guess maybe, if we put the word selling, is my time, because everybody's time is precious, and don't let anyone waste your time. Or, your skill or your understanding, your articulation. I digress. The point is, in all of this price is trash, this is where the gold is, man. The place where everyone complains about is where you want to do your study. You want to narrow down and figure out how to be able to anticipate and expect that, boom, PM is going to open just like 9:30 to 2:30, and that first hour is going to be nonsense. If it's going to be nonsense, what you're getting is liquidity engineering. If they're going to engineer liquidity, then I want you guys to pay attention to the next hour, which is between 2:30 and 3:30. I don't know if I'm gonna stay long till 3:30, but you just, you know what I will do though? I'm gonna leave this. I'm gonna let me make it larger, you know, because then they're gonna say, oh yeah, he's posting hindsight on Twitter. Imagine this, right? You post all kinds of things on Twitter, and people troll you and troll you and troll you for what? Over a year now. I know what they want to see. Well, why don't you go tell David Tepper or the likes of, I don't know, you know, the great hedge fund managers, and go tell them to run it live for you. It's like for free, by the way, for free. You know, like yeah, their time is just you genuinely believe that their time is so useless that you're gonna determine what they do for you. But that's just the world we're living in. Like they say, entitlement, right? I genuinely forgot the point I was trying to make. But anyway, yeah, price is trash. So 5 minute, we're still in it. Oh, that's a bar. 5 minute, we're still in it. You get it in it. Yeah, so, but yeah, 50 handle range. 50 handle range. If you take this one from this low, you take this low is what, 148, 29528 to 29573. That puts you at about just less than 50 handles. Yeah, 45. So we're still in the same state. There's a fair value gap here. Fair value gap, boom. Come back in. Your 50% is around there. Comes back lower. Boom. Serves. Bang. Comes back in. But price is trash though. Price is trash. In the first hour. If you guys remember Seek and Destroy. Yeah, there's multiple in here. But the problem that people have, and I'm just going to say the truth now, the problem people have is let's say for example, like this candle right now is a sell candle. They anticipate that, oh, it's just going to run, like it's going to run. Or it's like, oh, it's going to do this and then reverse and it's going to run. And everybody's always looking for runs. It's like, nah, you got to anticipate when, if you were a market maker, you have to have the ability to anticipate when. When you know, how long are you going to engineer for? How can you know, like how long do you need to engineer for? So that the next guy, when he comes into his shift, he's going to be able to use the liquidity that you've engineered for. Now I know that's an analogy, and those who figure that out, they, you know, like yeah, anyway. Go figure it out, man. But the idea that you cannot have control, you cannot know what's going on, you cannot, you know, it's like, listen, yeah, let's not do that. Let's not do that. It's not every day you expect, you know, price to do, you know, just the one thing. Like there's many different things going on, many different things that need to be done before, you know, by the way, we got 4 minutes. Yeah, so, oh, actually, no, sorry, we've got 3 minutes, less than 3 minutes. And, yeah, we've got less than 3 minutes. And then it's going to be 2:30 New York time. So what was I saying? Yeah, the point is, you know, price has to, if you were a market maker, how would you do it? That's how you got to think. And then you take the advantage of hindsight and you put it together. That's what I'm doing right here. You know, because yes, this is like a free live stream or whatever. In a different setting, it is technically a responsibility to run it live, like, which means to do it in a predictive sense. you know, so that people can actually learn how to anticipate certain things. And that's, to be honest, if I'm being honest with y'all, that's my strongest suit. That's where I'm really strong at. Like, and I'm really grateful to God that, you know, marketing, I suck. Like, my marketing is so bad. But, you know, you can always fix that. But to be a good trader, to understand how these things print, you know, look at that. Coincidence, eh? What time was that? 2:27. We've got about 2 minutes left. And Pierce. And Pierce. Let me show you something. And you guys are going to think, watch this. Just pay attention to that range, by the way. That's all you got to do. Just pay attention to this range. And while they address, so on the 5 minute, while they address, you know, the discount of the 945 buddy. You see that? Now watch. I'm going to do this. It's too many lines. Let me get you to 50%. So that's kind of like the equivalent of what I did earlier, you know, in terms of in regards to prediction. So 29524, special price. That's what you got to do. You see that? You see the change there? You see how if you plot that now, you won't get 29525. 29524. You will not get that. I'm going to do that actually. Just watch. You're going to get 29525.75. Oh, but the price is changing though. Boom. Right there. Look at that. I plot two specific prices, just two specific prices. We get some sort of spike. I'm mentioning that we have about 2 minutes left for the new hour, 2:30. 2:30 opens, spikes right where? Right where? 29526.75. What's that high? 29526.75. Okay, cool. I'm mentioning this 29524 right there. I'm gonna wait for this candle to close, by the way, and then I'm gonna get the quarter of that wick, just to give you an idea of what we're dealing with. Come on, close. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and quadrant. Boom, right there. Oh, I missed it by 50 cents. Look, 2952400, 2952450. Yeah, it's not controlled though. It's all right, man. they ain't ready, y'all. They're not ready. Algowick, we're taking over, man. Like, I'm not here to play. I'm not here to kid people, man. It's like, we're going to show people stuff. So it was basically these type of things. Now, how do you figure things like that out? How do you know? How do you anticipate? Like, obviously, I am looking at all the things in this 1 minute chart. Let me just go there so you don't think I'm looking at the 5 or the 15 minute. I wasn't paying attention to that at all. Because the truth is, like I said, time frames, nah. So here we are. Look at this body close. 231. 29525.50. Look at that 50%. 29525.50. It's closing right there, gaps up, does this thing, comes back in, and it's just oscillating between what? Between what though? Remember this wick? Too many lines. We have the open of this price, the high of that price, or that wick. I got the quadrant, and boom, look. It's still oscillating between that wick That wick is what was being dealt with. And you want to tell me you can't predict that? It's cool, man. It's cool. All, by the way, all within the range that we were talking about, the 945. Let me go back to it. 945 on the 5-minute. Open, close. 945. Extended across. Price is trash. Oh, price was trash right there. But there we are still calling specific prices. It's just a taste, guys. Like, and there I was, saying earlier, oh, people think price is gonna run, and it's like, it's not always gonna do that. But yet, it starts dropping, and then we're identifying a specific range. Look at that. Look at that. If it was gonna run lower, which in a way, like you could probably figure out that's what I was identifying earlier, right? With those lows. But yeah, if it was to take liquidity, like I was saying, in the first hour, don't forget now, don't forget, just like the 9:30 to 10:30, like I said earlier, it's gonna do that, like it's the same, same logic, 1:30 to 4, not 4, 1:30 to 2:30. What time is that? Where's 2:30? Right there. 2:30. The first hour is completed at this candle's close, 2:29. 2:30 opens, and it gives us a little thing. I'm like, yeah, pay attention to 29524, yada yada da. Okay, cool. There you go. If I'm to remove this for better clarity, remember the fair value gap? 29524 was based on that anticipated, well, not anticipated, unrealized PD array. Ooh, maybe that's the next frontier of PD arrays, eh? Unrealized. It was unrealized at the time. Now notice how, if I do that now, it doesn't give me 29524 anymore. All right, cool. Now, this is the realized CB. That's what I was predicting, that we're going to get a CB. If we're going to get a CB, look at that. Right there, we close right below it. We gap open just above it, do a little thing, doesn't matter, and come back right below. The fact that it closed right below it at that time, that's a clue. I mean, what's that close? 2952575. The close is 29. So by the way, if you look up here, like I know, right now it's, yeah. So if you look up here, you should be able to see it. Yeah, 29. Yeah, you see the close up here. When I move the mouse onto the close, you will see 2952550. So we gap open. I mean, sorry, it misses the 50% at closing time, not the high, not at high time, at closing time of the realized PD array, and then it uses this range as an inversion. What are the odds? And also the fact that I'm using that low, what PD array is that low? What PD array is right here, guys? That's your homework. Your homework as, folks who are here on my first live stream with participated people in the live chat. I appreciate you. That's your homework. What PD array is right here? Right there, y'all. What PD array is that? So I'm taking that low with that low, not this low, with that low. And I'm getting the quadrants, extending it across, and I'm telling you, pay attention to 25524. It was unrealized. This is the realized version of the CB. we get the CV confirmed, we get a wick in, we get body in, we get this candle gaps open. If you think that gap opened, by the way, if you think that was a coincidence, I got nothing to say to you. Happy days, you know. Follow me on Twitter. By the way, please, can you guys like and subscribe? I was told I need to be saying that every now and then. You can tell how amateur I am, right? Yeah, man. The marketing is poor, but the product is solid. And if the product is solid, you know, I'll learn how to market, and hopefully, you know, more people will get, you know, there'll be more eyeballs, and, you know, folks with, oh, no. Yes, PB Banks. So you see, this is what I'm talking about when people try to cheat. You get me? You know, some people know certain things, and, you know, they try to cheat and take advantage. So I'm taking that low to that low. It is event horizon. If you, by the way, you know, folks, if you go on Twitter, on my Cap Jones Twitter, and if you look up filler, Filler, look up filler, you know, like on the search on my channel, you will see me talking about, you know, filler. That's an equivalent of the filler that I was teasing. Like, you know, you see it later on. And if you look in, I think one of the posts, somebody that I did share it with, I shared a different version with the buddies, and it was like, oh, you know, rejection filler. And oh, interesting. But anyway, I mean, this is the filler. Sorry, this is the event horizon that ICT taught. This one with this one. This is the one I'm using. Actually, let me use this one. Doesn't make a difference. So, you know, this is the one I used, and boom, happy days. Skirt, bang, bang. It's gonna act as resistance, support resistance, right? That's what we're doing. All right, cool. Like, I'm not here using multiple, oh, it could be this one, it could be that one, it could be whatever one. It's like, no, like, we know what we're using. And boom, the first hour goes by, the second hour opens at 2:30, well, second PM hour on the other. I'll show you guys. This is technically like a paid mentorship content, isn't it? Maybe I'm just trying to impress. But anyway, if you look at the RTH and you go on the 1 hour time frame, you see the open is 2:30 p.m. New York. So that's that point. But yeah, you know, 2:30, 2:31, 2:32, bearish order block, liquidity raid, boom. When I talk about these ones, yeah, you can say it's hindsight in a way, but was it really hindsight though? And I have my FX Pro on the right, on a different screen, by the way, so you know what that means. Yeah, go, you know, go tell Warren Buffett, you know, to do it, to run it live for you, right? Go demand that. It is what it is. Cool. Alrighty. Everything looking good. Yep. Everything looking nice. So if you live in Europe, we trade CFDs. It allows for a flexibility of your sizing. You can do less, you can do more. Math-based. Oh, also, I do have a thing prepared for risk management. So for some people who are looking for really good risk management stuff, like, you know, or compounding systems, things that work, things that have helped me, at your service. But yeah, so far so good. You know, we've gotten out of the, you know, I like this. I like this candle. I like this candle, but I like this candle. Quadrants everywhere, man. Too many lines, too many lines. Here we go. Boom, 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 boom. Here's what it looks like on the 1 minute. On the 1 minute. Ooh. Ooh. Come on now. Don't embarrass me, man. Oh, why are you trying to embarrass me, man? What time is it? It is 2:43. We got 2 minutes left. 2 minutes. That's asking a bit too much, isn't it? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Look at that. You guys saw that, right? I know you saw that. I know for a fact that you guys saw that. That's the close of this candle. I know for a fact that you saw that. Man, how's it going? Like, what do you guys think, by the way, for a first live streams? Like, you know, any opinions? Any? Oh, actually, I did miss the thing about blocks, didn't I? I don't know who it was who said talk more about blocks. But yeah, you know, like, was the sound good? Was the sound good? Everything good? Is it 1080p? Wow. For a first view, we have, thank you, Meba. Meba Tadese. Where you from? Where you from, Meba? Yes, please like and subscribe. You know, like and subscribe. Let's try and get you know, other people, you know, based on the other YouTube videos that I was watching, is like, if people like and subscribe, then, you know, then other people, it's whatever way the algorithm works, you know, and the more people see it, the more people have the opportunity to maybe learn something, even for free, you know. They get to learn something even for free. And like, yeah, I'm not saying things that technically people can, excuse me, you know, people can actually execute trades on, but all right. Ethiopian brother. Nice. Well, I hope you like it, man. I live in Europe, by the way. I am not a United Statesian. So, what time is it? Oof. 2:46, 2:46. I think this was pretty long so far. We did what, over an hour for sure? An hour and maybe 15 minutes. An hour and 15 minutes. So if you can tell what I'm doing, if you're in the know, thank you. On fire. Sound was perfect. You are on fire, Captain. Oh, it gets me every time. Anyway, that's a nice structure there. What's that price? I think it's asking too much. Do you think it's asking too much to get to 440? Let's give it, you know, let's say 440. Give or take. I think it's asking too much, if I'm being honest. Like, I know there's the 15-minute fair value gap there, but it does feel like asking too much right now. Let me see on the 1 minute. I didn't even look at the 1 minute, did I? On the 1 minute. Well, would you look at that? Low, low, low. Price is trash. Okay. There you go. I'm gonna stop that. Nice. Not bad. Quick re-entry maybe. Did you guys see the failure to launch? I don't know if you guys saw the failure to launch. When ICT taught failure to launch in the charter mentorship, I know for sure it did massive things for me. Oh, look at that, man, oh, man, price is trash. But yeah, it did two things for me. So there was the version that he taught, and then there was also the what time was, look at that, what time was that? 2:49, just before. But yeah, it was two things for me. So there was the failure to launch, like the one that he taught, but then there was this version that I'm talking about. And for those who know, those who are in the know, like they probably definitely saw this anticipation, which is what I was saying is like, quick stop out on my CFD there. And I was like, do I throw in a re-entry? Re-entry is obviously because I'm looking at this low, which is your sell side liquidity rate. That's what that was. It's sell side now. It's like low, low, low. Boom. In there. Fair value gap, gone. Liquidity rate. Spike through, come back to the 50%. Would you look at that? Look at that close, man. What a beautiful close. But anyway, that's that. Hindsight, baby. I'm telling you, they're not ready, man. They're not ready. Cappuccino Jones. They're not ready. Anyway, I think I should leave it at that. It seems like the sound is good. I'm going to try to do this every day. I don't know how long I'll do it for, but, like I mean, how long I'll try and do it for every day. But I think the idea is to, try and get people exposed to a certain type of, I don't know, hopefully something like this helps. Do you think this type of thing was helpful? Drop a comment, drop a comment in the chat. What up, chat? Yeah, chat. Come on now, take it. Don't be shy. Don't be shy now. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. See what I mean? Failure to launch. Quick stop out, fair value gap, boom. Right there. Ooh, would you look at that? La rejection. So there you go for rejection. I don't speak Spanish, by the way. So if you hear me, saying some Spanish words, well, that's just me imitating. My favorite Spanish word is cucaracha, as a matter of fact. La cucaracha, it sounds like it sounds funny, but it sounds strong, But anyway, yeah, I think in the call earlier, by the way, Maba said it helps for sure. Definitely easier to learn here than Twitter. Yeah, I know. I agree. Like posting on Twitter, it's inefficient. Like you can prompt people, like, mention this thing or mention that thing, or almost like you say something for people to go study for themselves, but the truth is nothing is really being explained. And then you have the spaces, like for example in PB Bank spaces, um, you get to explain certain things, but you don't want to give anything away at the same time, but you're still explaining things like, okay, now that you've heard me explain or say or talk about this thing, it's to inspire people to go do their own learning, because ICT is going to do a video and it's going to talk about this, and a lot of the times I'll mention something and then boom, like literally almost the next video within a week he's going to expound on that. And it's like, oh, okay, this guy is talking about something that seems to connect with what ICT is talking about. But so far, so good. Like I was saying earlier, if you were a market maker and you have 130 to 230 engineering, well, and then I told you pay attention to 230 to 330. Like, is that too much to understand? Is that too difficult to understand? Look at this. Boom. Pow. Yeah, so there's not many things I can say. I can point to certain things. I can say, oh, pay attention to this range, and it's like, oh, if you can figure out, maybe you see an opportunity. It's like quick trade. Actually, no, it was here. Quick trade, boom, bang, you move your stop, get stopped out into the fair value gap, lock something in, failure to launch, part 2, boom, right there, into the order block, or at least into the discount of the quote unquote, I like this candle. Make sense now? Yeah. But it's hindsight though. It's hindsight, right? Hindsight. Okay then. I love it. That's a nice market maker sell model. From here, up, and then back there. And that's it. That's all you got to do. 15-minute fair value gap, obviously, but there goes your multiple time frame analysis, right? But I wasn't even looking at that because the same screen is just 1 minute. It's like, oh, okay, I have this. I know what I'm expecting. 945, drop, come back to 945, boom, 50%. Well, not 50%. Like if you do the quadrant of 945 to the low, you like, measure this return. It's like 101. It is what it is, man. Same thing that happened here, by the way. Let me show you. Low, low, low. Remember that? The same thing that happened here is the same idea here. Same thing. Low, low. It's like it's gonna. I remember posting something about, when liquidity doesn't raid, and the same idea. You see that right there? Boom, boom. Low, low, lower, low. Same idea. Low, low. I think we should try and end this. I was gonna say, oh, I think we should try and end this space. PB Bank is in my head. Thanks, guys, for coming by. I'm really happy that this worked out. I'm happy about the sound. I'm happy the mic works. it's facing that way, I think. Yeah, the mic is facing that, but it seems to be working fine. I'm happy that I'm able to talk about things that I'm passionate about in such a way that that I think people might benefit. Even if it's in this way, like, obviously there's certain things I can't, and I shouldn't talk about because then it ruins the whole purpose, right? But regardless, I hope you were able to take something away. I hope that, there was your 50% there. Boom. Man. Beautiful. I promise you. I know what people are going to be saying on Twitter. Oh yeah, show us. You don't know who you're dealing with. You don't know, man. You don't know who you're dealing with. I'm just not that guy. I'm too independent and I'm too in control of myself to be satisfied. I am perfectly satisfied with who I am, and I thank God for it. Because sometimes you go through things in life that just gives you this realization about what's happening in life. But remember, same idea. 10 o'clock. I like that 10 o'clock. Because the reason why I like it, by the way, is because that was the same candle that we were predicting earlier. So, that range is special to me. Let me do this because it was hindsight. Remember, high, low, you get your ranges, price. Actually, you know what I'm about to do, don't ya? Bang, get the range of that. Basically, all I'm doing is like implying ranges everywhere, to be honest with you. That's just the secret. But how do you know what range to use? How do you know, that's really where, that's the question. Like, how do you know which one? How do you know, which price? And how do you know, how do you know certain things? That's the, that's the trick of the trade, I guess. But hopefully you guys really enjoyed this. I hope it was a blessing to you. And I hope God be, I hope God be with you. I was going to say God bees with you. Yeah, man, keep having faith. And if you're in a place right now that you feel like you're not there yet with your trading, you can always go to ICT for free, or you can come by, some of these types of content for free. But the truth is, how many times has free something actually helped anyone? For me, I'm glad I paid. And it was the best decision I ever made. But honestly, I think, we can all do it. If you choose to be a professional and you apply yourself as a professional and you, you just trust God as well. And you put in the hard yards, you put in the time. Fair value gap, 1, 2, 3. Here's another homework for you because I can't remember what the last one was. Here's another homework for you. Oh yeah, no, the last one was PB Banks mentioned Event Horizon. That wasn't the one. Yeah. What was the name that ICT called these types of consecutive fair value gaps? Some people might know, this is not a homework. It should not be, folks should know. PB Banks, you are not allowed to comment because you're a charter member, man. It's just cheating at this point. But yeah, it's worth knowing these types of things. It just is. It's an advantage. And I'm gonna do one last hindsight razzle dazzle. If you're expecting price to fill this on the 15-minute, and on the 5-minute, you're expecting market maker sell model, and on the 1-minute, I'm not gonna click on it. Well, what does this CB look? Boom. You see that? Right there. Open, touch, boom. Like right here. You can see it right there. This is a new candle. So this is the 3 p.m. candle. Open, just touch, drop. Open, touch, drop. Yeah, open, touch, drop. Get it. Open, touch. What? Open. Yeah, anyway. Same thing, same idea. Low, low, run, open, touch, drop. Anyway, it happens all the time, right? You can't annotate everything because then it's going to be lines everywhere. Actually, no, I'm going to leave that because I'm going to need that tomorrow, I think. I might need that for Asia. I'm going to leave that. Okay, this time I mean it. I'm gonna go. Again, I appreciate everybody who came by. I appreciate everybody who appreciated the content. This is the first. Hopefully it's not the last, God willing. And keep learning because we really, really can. And if they don't help you, I think I have what it takes to help some people. I can't change the world, but hopefully I think hopefully I can bring glory to God through the gift He has given me. Thank you guys. I'm gonna click stop streaming. Take care, man. Looking forward to more of these. Yes. See you guys on Twitter.